So I've been watching a few select gardeners on YouTube, and I love that they take garden tours. Not everyone lives on a giant homestead or has, this big beautiful backyard. Some of us do this with what we got. As you can see, I've used some old cans, some old bar tins, plastic crates from the Dollar Tree, some buckets from Fleet Farm. I do have some cool little guys over here. An old pot that got burned and was no longer useful. These are just my herbs. Oh, this one's trying to go to flower. I don't think so. Some of my herbs I planted like months ago, and then some I just replanted now so I can have more, because I love to cook and I'm obsessed with being able to walk out my back door and grab what I want. And some of these I pull out and plant in my garden beds to deter pests. There's quite a few. Oh, there's quite a few that are just getting started. So this is our not so fancy backyard. Back here we have this giant awful walnut tree that it used to touch the garage. It used to overtake this entire deck. Like, it would touch the ground. That's how big it was when we first moved in here about 18, 19 years ago. Oh, here's some more plants down there on my table. Those are more herbs. I love herbs. I feel like I can grow them and they don't hate me. Here's my little excuse me. Here's my little wall that I had my husband build. I saw how insane some of these prices were for like these raised garden beds, even on Amazon. I thought, I can build one. So my husband built me this out of old pallets, and I got these containers on sale for like $17 for what, 2, 4, 6 for 7 of them. I think it was like $17 on like a Prime Day sale, but otherwise they're only $22 for all of them. I just thought, I can build that myself and put my cool signs on it. As you can see, we love to decorate how we love to decorate back here. But this is our fire pit area that we literally had to put pavers down because nothing will grow back here because of this guy. It just sucked the life out of everything. So we have pavers everywhere. The dog pool and a baby pool when my honorary grandbaby comes over. Our pool. This is our garage bar. Which in the winter we just pull this bar out in the bar stools and they go under this trellis thing over here we built. And then the Camaro and the Comet go in this garage and this garage. Oh, I love these shade things. Don't need it today because they just roll out. They're hand crank. But we love them. Oh, let's see. This is an old picnic table that has become my potting table. So it's got some rot under here, so we need to replace this side. So to deter anyone from sitting here when we barbecue, we've now turned it into my potting table for this time. I don't have a huge backyard. A lot of it's meant for the dogs. So I try to stay to the outside of the yard. This one got away from me this year. I know that's some kind of basil, but I can't remember because I planted like 8 types of basil this year. We'll figure that one out later. This is just a garden box that the weeds just got away from me so bad. So I ripped half of it out and I replanted this whole side with cucumbers and stuff like 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago. So we'll see what happens. There are a couple cucumber plants in here. A little bit of bush beans. There is a pumpkin that is trying to escape into this bed. This was a bed this year that I just thought, let's build it, see if I can build anything in it. Where I live, EAA is like the biggest airplane show in the world is going on right now. So if you hear airplanes flying over my house, I just live like 20 miles along the lake from Oshkosh. So that's where you're going to hear all these planes non-stop. And in here, what did we have in here? Oh, I think I had lettuce in here, and it already went to seed, so it's replanted. There's some random carrots over here. Thought I'd try carrots, didn't work out so well for me this year. We'll try again next year, because that's just what happens. This is going to be more lettuce soon. Like I said, the weeds really got away from me here this year. This is lettuce. I'm going to let go to seed so I can get free seeds. Different kinds of squashes in here. This kale. I did not plant kale. There is some kale in here, but I don't care. I'm going to leave it because the bugs are eating. Zeusy, stop eating the grass. This is my baby Zeus. Hi. The bugs are eating this and not anything else, so we're going to leave it. Planted some chamomile in here. This is kind of like a gap. This will eventually be filled with herbs in some kind of way that I'm gonna try to put, I think, like I have this other table that I could put behind there and kind of move this stuff around, but some of it's heavy, so I'll have to wait till my husband gets home from work. And this is his little random collection of treasures that he refuses to get rid of, so I decided I was going to make him fill them with dirt and let me use them. There's some chamomile in there. We'll see if that works. I think I planted it when it was too hot. This is my bed. Usually we do tomatoes over here, and I've always done tomatoes in this bed. I've never switched them out because they always just grow really good in this bed. I know a lot of people rotate crops, but usually it's to confuse bugs. I don't seem to have a ton of bugs. I don't spray anything, so I'm kind of a lazy gardener. But this year, I don't know. There's some bush beans in here. There's some beefsteak tomato plants that are trying to come up because this side also got overrun so bad with like pigweed and stuff. I had to pull it out. I replanted some stuff, and then there's cucumbers in here. And then there's my trusty little basil, which I shouldn't have planted in there, but I didn't know there was cucumbers in here when I did that. Oh, here's my tomatoes that have overgrown and are growing too close. And there are some bush runner beans that got in here. I do not believe I planted them. I think they're from last year. We planted a bunch of beans over in this garden bed, and they were growing up the wall and through the fence and back through the fence. So I think some of them just reseeded themselves in this box. I couldn't even tell you where the beginning of the plant is. I'm just trying to see if I can get them to go over here to my other little fancy, wonderful homemade trellis over here. This we just made this year too. We had all these giant stones laying around my husband got for free. And I was like, there's just this little space. Let's just see if we can use this for lettuce or something. So I did some green onion and lettuce in here just about maybe a week ago. And then these are my crazy pumpkins, which I did not thoroughly think this out. I just thought I had this packet of white pumpkin seeds, and I thought, let's try to grow them and maybe have some white pumpkins for Halloween, just for fun. And now I think there's, I don't even know, I think there's 5 pumpkin plants in here. There's also some more bush beans. So I got really sick this year, and I didn't know what it was. Excuse me again. And I went to the hospital, and it turned out I had gallstones. And it was in April, which in Wisconsin is like, what was that when? It's like prime planting season. This is going to be lemon balm. It's a bunch of random steaks and stuff over here. Susie, what are you eating over there? Tires, truck gate, and flowers that died already. Our pool. But anyways, I missed prime planting season, and I had my husband plant a lot of this stuff for me. And then because I ended up having my gallbladder removed and having an emergency surgery like the next day because something else was wrong with me. And they found some holes in my intestines and blah, blah, blah. But anyways, I was out of commission for probably 2 months. So that's where the weeds got away from me because my wonderful husband was nice enough to plant everything for me, but not really keep up on the weed pulling. Nor does I think he, at this point in time, knows the difference between too many weeds and plants. So, but we got what we got. And we'll go from there. We'll see what it looks like. It's only the middle of July. But my herbs always do really well. I'm really excited. So, not everything has to be fancy, store-bought, beautiful. Things can be homemade. Oh. Not everything's perfect all the time. Start with just whatever you got. Someday, maybe it'll be more. Yeah, see, we got new stairs finally this year. Thank goodness. Sometimes homemade's the best. But I think these garden tours are really great because even if you're new and we're making mistakes, who cares? We all learn from each other. Be kind to each other. Share your experiences. Hope everyone has a good day. Thanks for watching my small, tiny garden tour. It's not a whole lot, but it's enough for me. And I'm happy as pie about it. Bye.